up, gang? What is your squad? You know, it's Bubbles and just like that. I'm back here popping bubbles, and anytime right here, we're gonna roll this clip, roll this clip.
It there's a echo of a pain that people feel that reminds
You're
an
saying
entire.
you're saying it's redundant, right?
No, I'm not saying it's redundant.
I'm saying it's redundant.
You're saying it's redundant.
It's a redundant
I'm saying
statement.
it's something
the same thing.
I'm saying that it's something that Joseph Goebbels, the propaganda minister of Nazi Germany, said. I'm saying it's been said so many times in order to murder and torture Jewish people that it just rings wrong.
And that's the
just
thing.
like the N word when spoken by people that have the same skin color as me. It reminds people of a very dark time.
I know. If Jewish people would accept that I'm Jew, then they would see what I'm saying in a different way. They would hear it in a different way.
But see, the people, you saying you're Jewish,
No, I'm Jew, not Jewish. Jewish means like that of a Jew. I'm saying I'm Jew.
You're a Jew.
Blood of Christ.
That
Orthodox
comes from,
Christian.
Right. But are you a follower of the philosophy of the Black Hebrew Israelites? Because that's where the idea comes from. Not all of those folks are extremists, but some are extremists.
I'm a follower of the idea. I have a vague idea that all people came from Africa.
Okay, now I encourage you guys to go back and watch that interview yourself, because at the end of the day, we over here. Before I say anything, before I even go in on anything, I support not the anti-Semitic stuff, but we're talking about our anti-black stuff. We're talking about what in these 2 hour conversations that he's having with these podcasts. Y'all are missing the information, and then he's actually proving points as well. So just to go back to give you my spiel on that interview, go back and watch that interview. It's almost 2 hours of them talking. So some clips can be taken out of context before you just jump on the bandwagon and just rely on the hate train of Ye. Reason why I support Ye, because he's my color. I'm never going to come on here and bash another black man, and that's where we lose when it comes to the black community, because we come on here bashing each other, all because the mainstream media is pushing it. Just notice this: the mainstream media is pushing to cancel Kanye. Why? Because of words, no action, only thing but words. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be held accountable for those words, because absolutely, because certain things you said about George Floyd was fucked up. Him wearing a White Lives Matter shirt was fucked up. And I don't agree with certain things, but that's like my cousin. I ain't even about to sit here and let nobody jump on my cousin. And that's just point blank period. I'm not gonna let nobody sit here and jump on Kanye. And I feel like if you're not really our color, you shouldn't really be talking about this topic and then calling him crazy and then trying to write him off. As you go back and listen to that interview, one thing that's just annoying, they try to compare the Jews Holocaust to the black people Holocaust, and ain't no way. Do your own research, and this is where people need to stop listening to mass media, and that's only Kanye message if you understand it. Stop listening to mass media, because ain't no way the Jews went through and I'm not trying to discredit their Holocaust. This is not what I'm saying. The Jews went through their Holocaust for 4 years. Okay? Now, look up when slavery happened. Slavery was back then, I think it probably ended to 1865. They said 1860 on Google, but guess what? It started around 17 something. So 1860, I fact checked it. I don't want to just be on here just spewing shit. Okay, I'm just going to go straight from the Google, but Google ain't no damn reliable source as well. We trying to make it seem like Google is law, and it's not as well. But anyways, slavery started in August 1619. Okay, and then it did not end until 1865, because they say 1860, but they didn't sign into law And that was when they was fighting a world war, and that's when they needed to free the slaves, just to actually help them fight the war. So from 1619 to 1860s, blacks was enslaved, and the Holocaust happened like around World War II. Okay, and that was around 1941 to 1945. So you do the math. You do the math. How can you even compare what we've been through to what y'all been through? And that's what's annoying. They try to make it seem like the Jews just went through so much atrocities and they just went through so much more than black people, but black people still this day is still dealing with their Holocaust. Black people still this day still can't trust a police officer, still can't trust a judge, still can't. Black people this day is still dealing with their Holocaust. At the end of the day, I can't respect it. Oh, they say it could be anti-Semitic, but I can't respect it because at the end of the day, it's like, stop comparing us to them. They just keep comparing us, those two, and ain't no way. One happened for years on years, and one is still happening. Okay, and that's the issue, and I think that's what Kanye is trying to raise the issue, and this is why they're trying to cancel him, because anything could be anti-Semitic, and that's not even true. If you're just going to compare those two and say, "Oh, there's no comparison," what are you talking about? They used to feed black babies to alligators. They used to hang black people from trees. What are you talking about? I understand y'all. I'm not saying both atrocities are terrible. Both of them are terrible in history. That should have never happened. It should have never happened. And also with slavery should never happen with black people. And that's one thing I just want black people to understand before you try to sit here and just cancel out Kanye. You're listening to a mainstream media just like cancel, because he said anti-Semitic. But guess what? They're trying to. I don't like the fact when they're trying to compare the two. Black people are still in a Holocaust. I'm not saying what Jews went through. Jewish people went through. I'm not saying it's discredited them. I'm not saying anything about them of that nature. I'm saying when it comes to Jewish people, their Holocaust lasts 4 years, and I'm not saying, ooh, nobody should have went through anything for 4 years. I'm saying when it comes to the black Holocaust is still alive to this day. And this is what Kanye is getting at. And slavery did not end. It started in 1619. It did not end until 1865. And then we have Jim Crow era. Then we have segregation. Then we have police. Then we have the crack pandemic area. Then we have mass incarceration on the black man. So when you talk about black people and their Holocaust, and say, that's one thing he was just like, there's nowhere compares of just basically what they went through. But honestly, you were stolen. Yes, you were stolen. My thing is, black people were stolen from their original culture. They don't have their original culture. They don't even have their original tongue. They don't have nothing original. Okay, and that was all stolen from the white people. So I'm not understanding the debate, because both of them was terrible, but one is still going on. That's what I'm saying to you. And the Holocaust lasted about 4 years, but black people was enslaved for almost 400 years, and I'm not understanding how it's not even compared. What are you talking about? They used to demasculate our men in front of us, rape them, kill them, and everything. And this is happening on years and years and generations, changing genetics, making people's minds change. Should I challenge the white man? So I'm just saying, before you cancel Ye, before you sit here and become a Ye hater, really do some research of your own. This is all this is about. Do research of your own. Do research of your own. I'm not saying what Jews went through, they should never went through. Nobody should have went through slavery. Blacks should never went through slavery as well. But black people still are in their Holocaust. That's it, and that is all. And that's where I think Kanye was getting at. Like I said in the beginning, I still have some feelings about all that shit that he did with the anti-Semitic against black people, or anti-black, let's say not Semitic, because that's for Jews. That word is designed for Jewish people. So I'm just like, please just wake up, people. Please. Alrighty. Because the media just control everything. And if you could get canceled for just saying things, not actually doing things, this is a scary time we're living in. Wake up.